The next technique is the X-block sword hand. X-block sword hand. It's very descriptive. And what this is a defensive combination. It incorporates a very slight angle. Once again, just like the other techniques, it has a very slight angle to it. We're also teaching the student how to use the forms that they see in their key home, that they drill on, and that they see in their actual forms themselves. It allows them to take those techniques that they see in their form, techniques that they drill with, and actually learn how to start to apply to an opponent. So in this particular case, I'm in my fighting stance, and when he comes in with his big old roundhouse punch, and that's what this is. This is the guy in the front, in the forward stance, the fighting stance, who throws the big roundhouse. Okay? And he's coming off the front hand. I'll be here in my position. He's right hand forward. When he comes in, I'm going to simply step slightly this direction. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to go here. And when I do, I'm going to turn my hips. Then I'm going to sword hand to targets on his neck or any of the targets on his head. Then return back to my fighting stance. So I'm here in my fighting stance. I'm going to step and block, strike, and back to my fighting stance. I'm here in my fighting stance. I'm going to step and block, and then strike. And then I'm back to my fighting stance when my hands come back in. Can it be used against a guy who throws off the other hand? So I'm right hand forward, he's right hand forward, he throws the haymaker off from the left. Absolutely. I will step here. My feet will come forward at an angle. I'll do the X block, okay, and strike to the neck. Again, I'm in my fighting stance. I will come here and then strike. And then back here. This hand does stay up because we've trapped him. If anything, we've blocked him. Hopefully, we've actually trapped his arm as well before we go for the strike. Now, watch the footwork if you would. I'm here in my fighting stance. He comes in, I step, boom, just to there, throw the block, and then the strike. Right there. So, again, my feet are here. I step in, I throw the block, and then the strike. And then back to my fighting stance. I want you to be able to watch the angle. So when Lucas throws that big old roundhouse, boom, I don't just stand in place. I'm going to step slightly inside him. So here he goes. Right there. I step slightly inside him. Right there. Back to my fighting stance. Watch my feet in reference to his feet. He throws the punch. That's where I'm stepping. Again, I'm here. That's where I'm stepping. So throw it hard this time, Lucas. Again. And back to the fighting stance. One more time. And back to the fighting stance. Now, what if he throws off that rear hand? Go. Right there. Okay. Again. Again. And watch my feet this time. Boom. They step there. And there's the strike. So once again. But the way that the yellow belt should be doing the technique is here in our fighting stance, throw. Notice I just did the X block that time. I didn't actually trap him. And then the strike. Back to the fighting stance. And that's the X block sword.